Hey everybody. So I have officially decided I will be hiking the John Muir Trail next summer of 2015. And I have also decided that for the trail I wanted to do a series of gear reviews of the equipment I will be taking on the trail. And I will be doing pre-trail reviews as well as post-trail reviews of the gear that I will be using. So to get myself comfortable with doing gear reviews, I've decided to do one on an item that has been a staple in my gear closet for the past year and that I couldn't imagine without. So without further ado, the item is the 510 Guide Tennie. And this is an approach shoe, which means that its primary use is hiking from car to crag on more inaccessible climbing areas that require, a good walk-in of 5 to 8 miles, and as well as getting there and actually being able to climb in these. I've hiked over 50 miles, probably, in these, as well as climbing a couple of 5.5s, 5.6s, and a couple of attempted 5.8s. Which just had a couple of too small of footholds for these shoes to handle. But overall, no complaints on the performance of the shoe whatsoever. This is a men's 9, and having never worn them before and having bought them online, the size worked out perfectly. The women's didn't go high enough, but it's okay because my foot tends to run a bit wider, so the men's shoe actually worked out perfectly for me. And as far as the comfort of the shoe, it's called a Tennie because it's based off of tennis shoe, and it is supremely comfortable. It is cushy. The sole is extremely well made. I have no issues whatsoever getting foot cramps. I have no issues with my toes banging against the front on steep downhills. My only issue with the lacing, which I love that it goes down so far, is I wish there would be another hole right up here at the top, because you can see it ends right here. One hole up here would have made the lacing that much more secure on my foot. I sometimes feel like this is just not getting tight enough around my ankle. But as of my only complaint, it's not that bad. As far as the stability on that same thing goes, besides this, my foot does feel very secure in the shoe. I never feel as if my foot is going to slip out of the shoe. I never have issues with rolling my ankles. Going over very rocky terrain. I've hiked parts of the Appalachian Trail in these, and it's very, very comfortable, very secure, and I love them to death. As far as the durability goes, like I said, I've hiked about 50 miles in these. I've had them for about a year. The tread has not deteriorated. It's flattened a bit on the toe, but it's still just as sticky as it was when the day I got them. And there's no, the rubber has not come off. There's a little bit of fraying on some of the ends of the fabric, but other than that, I've had to wash these in the shower. I've been in the Pacific Ocean in them. I've gotten sand in them. I've gotten them caked in Oregon Trail mud. And they have held up surprisingly well. The color still remains intact even though they were coated in mud, which is excellent. And as far as the traction's concerned, they're great on rock, obviously, because it's made by a rock climbing company. But as far as even hiking goes, I've never had any issues walking on rocky trails, stepping on rocks. They tend to be a bit slick on tree logs, tree roots, and mud. But just have to be careful. I mean, as long as you know that, it's not that big of a deal. And I've never had any major issues with, as far as the traction goes on any terrain. I would recommend these. These, like I said, have been kind of my favorite shoe. I wear them every day pretty much, just walking around town. And they are a very expensive shoe. It's, I think they retailed about $120, and if I had actually paid $120 for these shoes, I probably wouldn't wear them every day, because I wouldn't want to wear down the tread. But I got them last year when someone, I think on Summit Post, posted that 510 had a 40% off coupon, and these shoes were in the closeout section of their website, and I got them for $26. $120 shoe for 26 bucks. And it was so worth it, because they have gone above and beyond my expectations. And like I said, I wouldn't wear them every day if I didn't love them. And if you're interested, they are still currently on their website in the closeout section for $39, and for a $120 shoe that holds up significantly well in all different kinds of terrains, for any activity that you decide to use them in. I would recommend them. Great Christmas present coming up, and I'm sure 510 might even have some Cyber Monday deals coming out that you could get them even cheaper. Counteract their kind of pricey shipping costs, which was about $16 or something like that. But like I said, it was completely worth it. I plan on getting another pair, possibly two. Possibly getting some for gifts for my family members, because they're wonderful, wonderful shoes. And I wouldn't, I don't think, as far as an approach shoe, I will go anywhere else. As far as these have held up so far, I'm going to definitely be putting more miles on them. I have contemplated doing the JMT in them, just because they hold up so well. The only issue is they don't dry very quickly, and that would be the biggest thing, especially in the Sierras. I don't want to have to worry about my feet being wet constantly, so I'll probably stick to my Solomons. But I have thought about it, and I wouldn't be disappointed in their performance, wet or dry, on that trail. And to have that kind of level of confidence in a product is saying a lot to the company. So if I were going to rate these, I would definitely rate them probably 4.5 out of 5 stars. For simple things like the lack of hole up at the top here. And I mean, you would probably benefit from also taking out the sole and putting your own insole in. But that's kind of the same for every shoe. Your personalized insoles are going to work a lot better. But other than that, wonderful shoe. I would recommend it full-heartedly. So that is the end of my first gear review. Please feel free to leave comments at the bottom. And I will be back with more to follow as my thru hike comes up next year. Very excited. So, thank you.